Hey everyone, welcome back to Commander Tax. I'm Adam, and this is a new series I'm calling the Weekly Update, where we look at what's going on in the Magic world and what I've been up to lately. So, first up, we have several secret layers that were dropped for D&D's 50th anniversary, and an article here by Commander's Herald looking at Karlach Rage. The Rager never ends, right? And this is probably the one that's getting the most buzz for good reason. Karlach is a 5-cost creature. Whenever you attack, you untap your creatures, they gain first strike, and then you get an additional combat. So this is the kind of card where it's like, I'm going to take 50 combats, and I'm just going to bust your face and win the game. First up, the first card is Stranglehold, and it prevents your opponents from searching their libraries and taking extra turns. When you're in mono red or really red at all, it's hard to deal with blue, and so this is a great way to deal with those tricky blue players. So great card to have in the 99 of most red decks. Next up, we have Dolmen's Gate, a must-have in any Karlach deck, because whenever you attack, attacking creatures don't take damage. So you're going to be attacking probably the most, because that's what you're wanting to do. And so this is a great card to have. Stick close to Mama K. Great flavor text there for Karlach. Love the way she's pictured here. Next up, we have City on Fire. This is the same thing as Fiery Emancipation, but it's got this cool thing called Convoke. So if you have a few creatures out, you can actually cast this for less than Fiery Emancipation. And the art on this is pretty great. The look on her face and the axe. Yeah, I love these full arts, and this is just awesome. And finally, we have Thrill of Possibility, just a commander staple. I think this competes with one other full art, but I think this one's actually better. It's a great commander staple, and the candles, and you got Asterion, just a beautiful card, and one that I'm excited to get. I think I'm going to buy this secret layer. So I want to talk about one thing with this, is that you can go to the secret layer website, and you click on the Dungeons and Dragons, and basically you can put your email in here, and then click the Get Notified, and when you do that, as long as you have your email notifications turned on, you're going to know as soon as this drops. And you got to be quick, guys. This is going to sell fast. So you need to be there like the first few minutes. Heck, you may just want to check and see the time that this is going to release and get there a few minutes early and just keep clicking refresh and then just get this right as soon as it goes, because I can guarantee you guys this is going to sell fast, because not only does this appeal to Magic players, this is going to appeal to D&D players as well. So get out there if you want this. And let's move on. So now we're going to talk about a new tournament, a new standard tournament that Wizards has announced for 2025, and let's get into it. All right, so Magic has announced a new Spotlight series. It's going to be a thematic tournament. This first one is Foundations. It's a standard tournament, and let's take a look here at what it's all about. So there's going to be 5 tournaments put on by Star City Games here in the States. And yes, this first one's Foundation. It's in January 3rd through the 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's going to be at the SCG Con, which is a collectible card game convention. And just by going, you get a Terror of the Peaks. This is one of the better promo cards I've seen in a while. That's super exciting, guys. I'm not a fan of the art, but Terror of the Peaks, dude, that's an awesome card. If you play this and it doesn't get removed, it just wins games. Something that is just worth the price of admission. If you're in the area or you want to go to this anyways, you're going to get a great card. Next part of this is going to be Kaldra Complete. If you're a top 128 player, you're going to get a foil version of this art. And this is not only a great card, but look at that art, dude. That art is sick. I love it. That's awesome. And so that is the new tournament that's coming to Magic in 2025. And if you're into competitive Magic, here's the information on that. You can come out here to the Magic website and get all the information. If there's anything in here I missed, there's a 26-minute video here if you want to check that out. But let's move on. All right, let's talk about this new set that comes out September 27th, just in time for Halloween. This is Duskmourn House of Horrors. It's a horror-themed set. I'm really excited about this. It seems to have a bunch of homage cards to classic horror films, and I'm a big horror movie buff, so you got things like Curse Recording, which is a lot like The Ring, Chainsaw for Chainsaw Massacre, Come Back Wrong, which reminds me of like Pet Sematary or Night of the Living Dead, or any number of other zombie movies. Just a really cool card. And then you have Overlord of the Hauntwood, so you have this new, let me get zoomed in here, mechanic called Impending, which you pay a lower cost. If you cast a spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters, so you don't get the use of it right away. But it isn't a creature until the last is removed at the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter from it. So rather than at the beginning of your upkeep, it's at your end step, a little bit different from suspend. But what I really like about this is that impending, as in like there's nothing you can do to stop it, just a really cool mechanic for a horror themed set. I really like all of these cards. I think they're really strong. I don't know if they're just released all their bangers, if this is just going to be a really powerful set. Next up is Toby BC Befriender. I've talked about this in a few other videos. I really like this for token decks, and I think it's one that is going to be a commander staple in a lot of those white token decks. So that is the new set that's coming out. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know if you are in the comments, and let's move on. And let's talk about a card that I think is just getting a little too pricey. So Innkeeper's Talent is all the way up to $25, guys. This is just a rare in the most recent set. Like, you're better off trying to open packs and trying to get this than you are paying that price. Like, I think it's still going to stay high, but I think this $25 is a little too high. So this card is, you play it and then you level it up, and then you can play a Vraska, which says you get 9 poison counters, and this doubles the number of counters. So as soon as you play Vraska, you're just freaking dead. You're just dead, and it's kind of a stupid combo. I hate poison. I think poison is just lame. Like, it cuts your life in half. Like, you only have to take 10 damage. I don't know how many times I've played an arena where someone's playing a blue poison deck and they play no creatures. They just literally proliferate 9 times and you're dead. Like, this is just frustrating, and this card with Vraska is just not good for the format. Like, I think it's bad, I think it's unhealthy, and I think they should do something about it. Personally, I think they should just get rid of the Vraska card. I think this card's really good, and I don't think it really needs to be banned, but I'd like to see the Vraska banned just because, all right, so if you're playing a mid-range deck, which is like my bread and butter, that's what I like to play, like, you cannot fill your deck with enchantment and artifact removal, and then also be able to deal with all the new lizard decks and bat decks, which are just rush decks. Like, it's really just frustrating because if I don't have an enchantment removal when this comes out, I know I'm just dead. I'm just dead. Like, it's not healthy. They need to strengthen the mid range, or they need to deal with that Vraska card. And I can understand paying the $25 if you're playing competitive Magic and you want to play that combo deck, which, gosh, you're toxic if you do, but haha, pun intended there. Anyway, this is Innkeeper's Talent, and yeah, don't pay $25. Go buy yourself some packs. You probably will open it. If not, wait till it comes down to at least $20. I think, if you want to spring the extra $5, I get it. But anyway, moving on. This is what I've been doing this week. I've been digging through some bulk cards at my local card shop, trying to build this Hograk deck. I got about 45% of it done. So Hograk is from MH2. And he's got, you can't spend mana to cast this spell. You have to convoke and delve. So that means tap creatures on your battlefield or take creatures out of your graveyard, or cards out of your graveyard. I don't think it has to be creatures, does it? Yeah, each card you exile from your graveyard pays for 1. So really cool card. Basically what you're doing here is you're doing tokens and you're doing self-mill. So the card that I want to feature here is Kaervek, the Punisher. And so this is a really cool card that I'm excited about from Thunder Junction, and it's whenever you commit a crime, so that's whenever you target your opponent, you target their hand, you target their creatures or their graveyard, it's a crime, and you get to trigger this. So what do? Well, you exile a card from your graveyard, and then you get to copy it and cast it for free. So why is this cool? Well, 1 is graveyard recursion, and 2, it's going to trigger our Insidious Roots. So Insidious Roots is anytime a creature is removed from the graveyard, so whenever you exile that creature to cast it with Kaervek, you're going to get a plant, and then you're going to get a counter, and so then you get 2 creatures, and you get counters on your plants, and all your tokens tap for mana. Dude, this thing just runs away. I love playing this card. I love playing this combo. Kaervek is an awesome card that I don't think maybe is getting enough love, and just great graveyard recursion. Yes, it's 2 life, but in Commander, we don't care about life. Let's be honest. It's a resource, and as long as you have 10 or more life, you're good. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing this week. That is the weekly update. I hope you guys like this content. If you guys could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I'd love to keep doing these videos. If this does well, this will be an ongoing series. But thanks for checking this out. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.